Ukraine waits for Russian jet formation to arrive, then destroys them all. In a shocking development from the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, Ukrainian defense forces have reportedly executed one of their most successful aerial ambush operations to date. According to intelligence and defense sources, Ukrainian military units waited for a large formation of incoming Russian fighter jets before striking with devastating precision, resulting in the destruction of nearly the entire fleet. This dramatic confrontation, which unfolded over Ukrainian-controlled territory, has quickly become a symbol of both Ukraine's resilience and Russia's growing vulnerabilities. The strike occurred during a tense phase of the war when Russian aerial dominance was being challenged by advanced Ukrainian air defense systems and newly delivered Western technologies. For weeks, Russian aircraft have conducted regular sorties, attempting to suppress Ukraine's air defense grid and provide cover for Moscow's ground troops. However, this latest incident suggests that Russia may have underestimated Ukraine's ability to anticipate, track, and neutralize even its most sophisticated formations. Reports indicate that Ukrainian forces utilized a combination of layered air defense systems, including Soviet-era equipment upgraded with modern technology, as well as newly acquired Western-supplied missile defense systems. Ukrainian radar units had been tracking Russian flight patterns for several days, analyzing routes and predicting potential strike waves. When a major Russian jet formation was detected approaching Ukrainian airspace, defense commanders made the decision to hold fire until the enemy was deep within range. The strategy worked flawlessly. As soon as the Russian formation crossed the point of no return, Ukrainian missile batteries unleashed a barrage of surface-to-air missiles. Explosions lit up the skies as Russian jets were struck midair, with debris raining down across open fields and villages below. Eyewitnesses described the spectacle as a sky full of fire, with one local resident stating that the sound of the destruction was unlike anything they had ever heard before. Initial estimates suggest that Ukraine managed to down at least 12 Russian aircraft, including advanced Sukhoi Su-34 and Su-35 fighter jets. This represents one of the heaviest single-day losses for Russia's air force since the conflict began in 2022. Military analysts say the attack was not only a tactical victory but also a psychological blow for Moscow, which has long touted its aerial superiority as a guarantee of battlefield advantage. Western defense experts argue that this ambush was made possible by Ukraine's integration of NATO-grade intelligence and surveillance tools. US and European satellites, combined with real-time data from reconnaissance drones, likely played a crucial role in identifying the timing and trajectory of the Russian formation. These insights enabled Ukraine to set a trap, conserving ammunition until the optimal moment for maximum impact. Moscow, however, has downplayed the incident. The Russian Ministry of Defense has acknowledged losses but insists they were minimal, claiming that Ukrainian reports are exaggerated. Russian state media has attempted to portray the attack as a desperate act by Kyiv, suggesting that Ukraine's missile stockpiles are running dangerously low. Yet independent footage circulating online, verified by multiple sources, shows multiple Russian aircraft spiraling out of the sky in flames. For Ukraine, this victory has arrived at a critical time. The country has been under immense pressure to demonstrate military success, both to its own citizens and to international allies. Western nations, particularly the United States and members of the European Union, have been debating the continuation of large-scale military aid packages. By proving its capability to inflict significant losses on Russian forces, Ukraine strengthens its argument for sustained and even increased support. The morale boost within Ukraine cannot be overstated. Social media platforms lit up with celebratory messages as videos of the destroyed Russian jets went viral. Ukrainian officials praised the skill and patience of their armed forces, with President Volodymyr Zelensky declaring the ambush a reminder that our skies will never belong to the invaders. Meanwhile, the Kremlin is grappling with yet another public relations crisis. Russia has already suffered staggering losses in tanks, armored vehicles, and manpower. Now, the destruction of so many high-value fighter jets adds to the narrative that Moscow's war machine is not invincible. Each Sukhoi jet costs tens of millions of dollars, and with sanctions crippling Russia's ability to source components for advanced aircraft, replacing them will not be easy. Military analysts believe this event could mark a turning point in the aerial dimension of the war. If Ukraine can replicate such ambushes, Russian pilots may become increasingly hesitant to engage in offensive missions, thereby weakening Moscow's ability to control the skies. This could also free up Ukrainian ground forces to carry out counteroffensive maneuvers without the constant threat of Russian airstrikes. The international response has been swift. NATO officials praised Ukraine's operation as evidence of its growing military sophistication. In Washington, Pentagon spokespersons reiterated the United States' commitment to providing Ukraine with advanced air defense systems, suggesting that future deliveries of Patriot and NASAMS systems are likely to accelerate. In Europe, several leaders used the incident as proof that aiding Ukraine is not only morally justified but strategically necessary to weaken Russia's military capacity. Russia, however, may not take this defeat lightly. Analysts warn that Moscow could retaliate with a massive escalation, potentially using long-range missile strikes to punish Ukraine's cities and infrastructure. Already, there are reports of heightened Russian bombing runs across eastern Ukraine, possibly as a direct response to the ambush. The fear now is whether the Kremlin will push even further, risking wider escalation in an already volatile conflict. Despite these concerns, Ukraine remains defiant. Officials have stated that their forces will continue to defend their skies with discipline, patience, and precision. The destruction of the Russian formation, they argue, is proof that strategic planning and modern defense systems can overcome even the mightiest of adversaries. As the war grinds on, this event will likely be remembered as one of the defining moments of Ukraine's resistance. It underscores the unpredictability of modern warfare, where superior firepower does not always guarantee victory. For now, Ukraine has sent a clear message to Russia and to the world. Its skies are defended, its people are resolute, and its military is capable of delivering devastating blows when the opportunity arises. In the broader picture, the destruction of the Russian jet formation symbolizes more than just a battlefield victory. It represents Ukraine's determination to outthink and outmaneuver a larger, better-funded enemy. It demonstrates the crucial role of Western aid and intelligence in leveling the playing field. And above all, it highlights the human element, the courage, patience, and resolve of Ukrainian soldiers who waited until the perfect moment to strike. As smoke still lingers in the skies where Russian jets once flew, one thing is certain: this war remains far from over. But with every successful ambush and every tactical win, Ukraine inches closer to reshaping the balance of power in a conflict that has already altered the global order.